Hello, my name is Reagan Boggs, and welcome to Reagan's World. Today is January 26, 2023, and today we'll be talking about how the Green New Deal isn't a good deal. In my opinion, the Green New Deal is an ideology that it isn't based on reality. If we look at the geological record, the world is constantly fluctuating between higher and lower temperatures. Now, I'm not saying we don't need to try to be better to Mother Earth. What I am saying is we need to work on our technologies that will help us be more green. But reality is that the technology isn't advanced enough to successfully implement it without totally decimating and hurting the lower and middle class people worldwide. I even hate to bring this up, but there are states such as California that are taxing farmers for their cows' farts. I'm going to bring up a point that I wish someone would talk to every government official who remotely thinks this is a logical idea. I have no clue on how much methane a cow produces when it farts, but I can say without a shadow of a doubt that a dinosaur produces way more methane than a cow, and they became extinct from an ice age, not global warming. The laws they are wanting to enact for electric cars aren't even feasible. I know on Christmas Eve at my house in North Georgia, the power kept going off for every 30 minutes to an hour just from everyone trying to keep their houses warm. If our electrical grid can't even keep up in extreme weather, then how is it going to work with everyone plugging in electric cars? Our politicians are so out of touch with the average American that they can't understand that we wouldn't be complaining about $5 gas if we could afford a $60,000 new car. Not to mention they take too long to charge, they don't go far enough on a single charge, and the lithium batteries are worse for the environment than the actual gas cars. People don't even realize that electric cars have to be made out of plastic so that they can weigh as little as possible, so that they can be propelled by electricity. What is plastic made out of? Petroleum. So we aren't even getting rid of gasoline when we go electric. My ideas on how to help the environment are totally different, but I think way more effective. Trump was right on bringing manufacturing back to America. Not only will it make America more independent and provide better paying jobs for Americans, but it will also help the environment. According to greencarereports.com, one giant container ship produces as much CO2 as 50 million cars. Think about everything that we are getting imported from China and Taiwan. If we manufacture enough products here so that we can just take 15 of those 50,000 cargo ships worldwide out of commission, those 15 ships will emit roughly the same amount of CO2 as all 750 million cars in the world. So basically, it's negating all the CO2 produced by cars and making our country stronger. So it's a win-win situation. This is a lot more feasible than upgrading our power grid and having every American buying electric cars with money they don't have, and cars that don't have the technology yet to perform at levels that the American people need. We need to help our environment, but there are ways to do it which we can strengthen our own country and help everyday hardworking Americans. We don't need an extra car payment for a car that we can't even do what we need it to do in a day. Or if everyone gets electric cars, we have rolling blackouts because our electrical grid can't handle the extra consumption from electric cars. Remember, be the change you want to see.
You and I have lived too long with this miracle to properly be appreciative. Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. It is not ours by way of inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to a people. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again. Knowing this, it's hard to explain those among us who even today would question the people's capacity for self-government. I've often wondered if they will answer, those who subscribe to that philosophy, if no one among us is capable of governing himself, then who among us has the capacity to govern someone else? Using the temporary authority granted by the people in increasing number lately, at all levels of government, have sought control even of the means of production, as if they could do this without eventually controlling those who produce. And always they explain this as necessary to the people's welfare. The deterioration of every government begins with the decay of the principle upon which it was founded. This was written in 1748, and it's as true today as it was then. Government is the people's business, and every man, woman, and child becomes a shareholder with the first penny of tax paid.